Greetings, I'm Evan Hawkins, Indianapolis Public Schools Board President. It is with great pleasure to be able to announce an exciting new district initiative focused on recruiting and retaining high quality and diverse teachers for our schools. One that also aligns with our 2025 strategic plan and the district's Rebuilding Stronger initiative. Teacher recruitment, which is important work that has a tremendous impact on students and their achievements, often happens behind the scenes. But through Proving What's Possible, our new initiative, we're bringing that work to the forefront. Why? Because ensuring our district teachers reflect the diversity of our student body is paramount and noteworthy. One of our strategic priorities as a district is promoting racial equity and addressing institutional bias. As a school board, we've committed to building diverse and inclusive anti-racist classrooms and teams. Proving What's Possible is an example of using our resources and creative thinking to put these priorities into action and deliver on that vision. I want to congratulate IPS Superintendent Dr. Alicia Johnson and the IPS team on making Proving What's Possible and what it stands for a reality for all schools and students. I look forward to seeing and hearing the results and impact of this initiative for years to come. Dr. Johnson will now share more about Proving What's Possible.
Thank you, Commissioner Hawkins. I've been very vocal about how important it is to have hard conversations about the racial disparities in our district. And as Commissioner Hawkins referenced, we've placed equity and inclusion in everything that we do. Racial equity is one of 4 IPS strategic priorities and permeates through our Rebuilding Stronger initiative, led by stakeholder input, as we reinvent, rebuild, and rethink how we can ensure excellent schools for all students in all neighborhoods throughout the IPS district. While we continue working through that process, we don't need to wait for the results to write one key priority in stone. We know with full confidence that the district will be best set up for success with a passionate, talented, and diverse teacher workforce leading our classrooms. And diversity is key here. Widespread research shows that all students benefit when taught by a person of color. That benefit is even greater for students of color. When students have shared backgrounds and experiences with their teachers, student achievement, attendance, and college plans, they all improve. Diverse representation in our educator corps matters. However, a sizable gap exists between the race and ethnicity of IPS teachers and our students. Today, just 26% of the IPS teacher workforce identify as Black or Latinx, compared to 85% of our students. This problem is not uncommon. It's also happening in other major cities across the country. During my tenure here at IPS, racial equity and inclusivity have become paramount, and it's time to take that same approach with our hiring and retention efforts. There have been signs of improvement in this recently, including during the 21-22 hiring season, where 38% of teaching applicants to IPS identified as a person of color, up significantly from 19% the previous season. We've also made significant improvements in our teacher compensation over the last couple years. I'm proud to say IPS is now the highest paying school district in Indianapolis and offers one of the highest teaching salaries in the central Indiana region. Starting this fall, our teacher salaries will range from $50,000 to $90,000, depending on level of experience, not to mention our generous benefits package. Our teachers are now earning a good living while doing important, meaningful work. Still, more needs to be done to do right by our students, teachers, and staff. Concrete programs and supports are needed to continue to close the student-to-teacher diversity gap and further prioritize student access to quality instruction. That brings us to today. Indianapolis Public Schools is officially launching Proving What's Possible, a new initiative to recruit and retain more diverse, high-quality teachers for IPS classrooms district-wide. Proving What's Possible creates a sustainable and comprehensive framework for attracting and retaining top talent. Our goals here are threefold: increase the number of diverse, talented teachers applying to the district, better support the fantastic teachers we already have working here in IPS, and shift the narrative of what it means to work for IPS. New data from a recent citywide poll showed that those of us who work in IPS know it's a great place to work. but the general population doesn't see all that good work happening here. But that's about to change. Proving What's Possible encompasses programmatic offerings, including new career pathways into the district, including the new Indy Teach apprenticeship. This is a no-cost, paid, and fully embedded educator training program. Our partners at Crystal House Indianapolis will guide Indy Teach participants through the one-year program to obtain an Indiana state teaching license without the need to return to a university. We're also offering new supports for principals and aspiring principals through the IPS Principal Residency, a year-long, no-cost, paid opportunity for assistant principals and current principals to learn in and grow within their IPS career. Principal residents will receive job-embedded development support that prepares them to lead significant academic achievement in their schools. I'm proud to share that this is the only current principal residency program in the state and demonstrates our commitment to helping our great educators and leaders advance their careers. Both programs will begin this year, and applications are now open. Proving What's Possible will also support homegrown recruitment strategies for teachers who are IPS alumni, such as Andrea Rodriguez, a sixth grade teacher at Meredith Nicholson Elementary School 96, who attended Meredith Nicholson herself as a young child and decided to return to IPS to give back to the community that helped raise her. Ms. Rodriguez never had a Latinx teacher during her elementary and high school days, and believes things may have been different if she and her peers had teachers that better represented them. Now, as a Latinx IPS teacher herself, Rodriguez is able to connect with her Latinx students through their shared experiences, and her non-Latinx students benefit from being a part of this supportive environment with a mix of perspectives and cultures. Proving What's Possible is going to make it possible for more students to see themselves in their classroom leaders and to see that they too can build a successful life and career. A new website dedicated to Proving What's Possible launched today for teacher candidates to learn about the district and submit an introduction form in 10 seconds or less. That URL is myips.org/Proving What's Possible. Finally, Proving What's Possible will lift up the stories of real IPS teachers like Ms. Rodriguez, showcasing genuine experiences and perspectives on what it's like to work in the district and in classrooms. To show you what I mean, watch this short video. Proving What's Possible is a new initiative to recruit and retain more diverse, high-quality teachers for IPS classrooms district-wide. Widespread research shows that all students benefit when taught by a person of color, and that benefit is even greater for students of color. Proving What's Possible will build new pathways for talented staff to join our team, while making sure that our excellent staff feel supported and can grow in their careers. To me, Proving What's Possible is about Indianapolis Public Schools, a large urban school district, has actually figured out what it takes to make sure that they are delivering on their commitment to kids every single day.
We can show, other districts in the city or even the state that, IPS is really doing some amazing things.
We need to keep pushing what it means to be a teacher.
And so I just don't know if people recognize the level of talent and folks that we have in our district that we want to continue to expand and grow.
To me, Proving What's Possible is about accepting a challenge to say, I'm going to show you the results of what our kids can do.
To me, that when choosing kind of a job that I wanted to go into, teaching was a no-brainer in that way because I really want to make an impact when I go into work.
Many are called, few are chosen. I was chosen, yes.
My message to someone who wants to join IPS is this work is really hard. It is really hard to do because we are trying to disrupt and change patterns that have played out for so long. But there is no better work. There is no better place, I believe, to do the work because you get to be surrounded by great people every day who deeply believe in the mission of the organization. You get to be a part of something so meaningful that is literally shaping our city and our community. And so why not join IPS and be a part of that?
We know we have plenty of work to do to balance the scales, but we have a talented, passionate staff at hand. And with every new challenge, IPS school leaders already prove what's possible every day through student achievements, teacher accomplishments, and everything in between. So join us on this journey as we continue to show how IPS is proving what's possible.